Welcome back. Ngwaneso, re sa tswela pele ka hloa sa letsatsi mona Bonitas house call ho SABC 2. Lenaneo le utsetsang ngaka ka tlung. Ka jone he ngwaneso re phula setla re ntshana sa inone kgaitsedi ya borona Basetsana Kumalo e khapetseng setumo mererong e mengata tsa bophelo tsa bo mmabotle tsa kgwebo tsa bonono ka sitana la bophelo bo botle ka kakaretso. Taba tsa hae di monate le wena jwala ka boikutlwela. Let's talk about now I've seen you writing forewords now for several books and Rough Diamond, which I'll talk to you about. But also Somizim Hlongo's book.
Som is a good old friend of mine.
Yeah.
I mean, we grew up in the industry together, in the entertainment business together. And when someone said, would you write my foreword? I said, of course, my friend. I know you well.
Yes.
I have the love of the written word.
Yeah.
I write poems to my kids.
You do?
Yeah. I am a voracious reader.
Okay.
And so I love to pen thoughts. And I've been asked many times by different publishers, to write a book 10 years ago, got, wonderful deals with royalties that I've never been heard of. I don't think I have a book in me right now. I often, for me, believe that Madiba and Ahmed Kathrada, they have a story to tell, but Basetsana has not lived full circle life.
I don't agree with you.
You and my friends always beg to differ.
Yeah.
But I think all in good time. Of course, I journal. So it will be very, very.
So at the appropriate time, you'll put it together. Now, Dr. Tsirigula, who has graced the studio several times, and thanks to her, has got a book, a Rough Diamond, which you have which forward you've written now. Now she says when a despondent 4-year-old medical student Tsirigula dialed ace businesswoman and celebrated Beauty Queen Basetsana Kumalo's number back in 2004. Little did she realize that this seemingly small gesture would be the start of a profound mentorship relationship spanning more than a decade. Now, I like what she says on page 54. It was something inextricably special, something that I can only label as the Basi effect. And she goes on to say, Basi intricately understands the power of your humanity. Her humility is disarming and captivating. But she also says something about she avoided questions around her private life and kept that world apart from everything that she does. Now, before I come to Tsirigula, you have fiercely protected your children to be in the public space. And I think this is something that a lot of people who have a public face like yourselves are challenged with, how to protect your children and why they have to protect their children. Your thoughts on this issue?
Doc, our children did not ask to be born of parents who have chosen, and I say this very, very consciously, who have chosen a public life. Yeah. They're only but children here to walk their own path, to find their own voices, and to fulfill their own God-given destinies. And so we cannot disrespect that by imposing upon them, posing with them on covers of magazines, and there have been umpteenth requests, of course. We cannot impose the choices that we've made upon them. Only at the coming of age, at the right age for themselves, they can choose and decide. And therefore, it's a conscious decision to let them be children. Let them grow up normal in the school that they go to. Let them also not be spotlighted unfairly. And then they can choose for themselves once they're older. So my husband and I, early on, even before we had kids, we were very clear that our kids will live a normal life where they could just be children. And so I often find that when you thrust your children into the spotlight, the media is very, very unkind. The media can make or break people, many, many South Africans whose stories have been told, untrue stories have been told, have been derailed from their destinies. And that's why, by the way, I am suing the publication.
I was just about to ask you, you stole my thunder there.
Oh, no, and they want to talk offline. I ain't talking offline.
The publication that had your son's picture without your permission.
Well, that's the same publication that purported that I had liposuction.
Yes.
The matter is in the High Courts. We filed in the Cape High Court.
Are you that serious?
And I'm suing them for a couple of millions. They'll pay for my kids' school fees. I'm making no apologies about that. But the reality is that the media, as I say, in a broader spectrum, can really be able to harm people's lives. And as parents, we have to protect our children. I don't subscribe to children having Instagram accounts. They're hardly 5 years of age and the kids with their own Instagram accounts. And we live in a different time with the advent of social media, how media is consumed. And so for us, it's just absolutely imperative that let them be children. Let the children be children. And then in the right time, they'll decide for themselves.
Now, what have you learned from your various health challenges? I mean, we spoke about weight and how you dealt with that, and we spoke about your ankle, and we spoke about, you know, the fact that you do have a bit of a positive family history when it comes to certain diseases of lifestyle, in particular hypertension and diabetes. Now, what have you learned from your health challenges and the manner in which you have dealt with them, by the way?
I've learned that our bodies are sacred. And I always say to my friends, you don't come with spare parts. And
Indeed.
we don't come with spare parts. And what was important for me in my life journey and in my health challenges was never losing heart and hope and faith that I can get better and I will get better. It was also just allowing yourself, you know, when you're not well, do everything that you can to be able to get yourself to a place of wellness and of good health and vitality. And for me, part of the journey was also understand that it's okay when some days I can't walk. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, if I've had a long day, for example, my ankle does give me major challenges. I mean, I shouldn't be wearing stilettos, but, you know, I generally live in flats, but when I have a function to go to, I'm giving a motivational talk or, you know, I'm speaking on stage, I literally have my flats right behind the curtain, and I just step on the stage, and so those
because
are the
you've had
things.
to adapt to this personal problem.
I have a permanent limp that
It doesn't show. It doesn't. The social grace that with which you walk,
I have a
doesn't
permanent
show.
limp because, of course,
Yeah.
my ankle and my hips were, you know, compromised over a period of 3-4 months of not being able to walk because of, you know. So it's par for the course, but it's also just saying and being kind to yourself. And when you need to rest, rest. You know, I cannot emphasize the importance of sleep.
I see.
Sleep and sleep and sleep if you can, but don't sleep your life away where you're not productive.
You are here to live. But now you said you're told by your doctors don't run anymore. But besides, the pain makes it impossible for you. So how have you learned to compensate for physical activity now that you cannot run anymore?
I do more body work, so I do more yoga and Pilates, and I find that, you know, it also stretches the muscles because running, because of where the injury happened, it really, you know, you pound the tarmac and the road, so that pressure and it is just not going to serve me. So it's about saying, okay, this is not working for me. Let me try something else. And as I say, I love walking with my kids. We walk the dogs in the afternoon. So it's little things like that. I did try skipping because you skip obviously on your toes, and that didn't work. I was told bad idea. Yeah. And so it's listen to your doctors. I mean, that's why y'all went to school. The last time I checked, I was not in a medical hall.
I see.
And so I listened to my doctors and I listened well.
And Mr. Kumalo just finished the comrades, by the way. So you're not going to join him. But sinojunga empela indaba esixoxa nesambeli sethu sanamhlanje esizakhele igama wena nogazi emkhakheni eminingi kwelakithi ikakhulukazi ke kwemasika kwezamabonakude ezamabhizinisi kanye nemincintiswano kanobuhle. We'll run about discussion with Basetsana Kumalo when we return.